swell to finally meet her other friends. That's right, I heard the story, don't really like how it ends. Gee, it's swell to finally meet her other friends.
Hey everyone, it's time for another episode of Nick's Nerd Network. I want to talk to you about the new Steven Universe movie that got released while I was at Dragon Con. Well, no, actually it was released last night, and I watched it this morning, and it was amazing. It was a great movie. I was honestly not super excited about it. I've been kind of in a drought of Steven Universe content, and I've been really hoping that whatever they come out with next, it needs to be big and good because they need to really tie their fan base back in. And a lot of times when they do movies based on cartoons, they're not very good and they're written by different people. But they did a great job with this movie. Now, if you have not seen it yet, please don't watch the rest of this video. Just like and subscribe and comment and see how great it is. And then watch the movie and then come back and watch this again. And then if you want to watch it again and again and like it some more and comment some more, do whatever. I mean, do whatever you want, but that's probably the right thing to do. Anyways, from here on out, could be spoilers. So, just a warning. I really related to this movie because it's kind of come in a really important part of my life where I really relate to the character Spinel.
Who am I? Who am I? What are you even saying? I'm the loser of the game you didn't know you were playing.
She is a character that was very close to Rose Quartz, and then she was left behind on Homeworld, and she just sat there diligently waiting to be needed and waiting to be used again, and it never came, and 6,000 years went by, and she waited and waited and waited, and bless her little heart, only to find out way after everyone else, all the people who weren't as close to Rose as she was, that she's been gone for so long, and there's nothing left of her, and her son's here and has replaced her with new friends, and there's always been that disconnect that Steven's not Rose Quartz for a lot of the gems, and she's been separated from everyone else, so she didn't know what was happening. She didn't have that growth, and so all she is feeling is betrayed and left behind, and I can really relate to that. I've had some situations recently where I've had a lot of friends who have moved away or got into relationships that have really taken up a lot of their time or have had kids. And those aren't all bad things. Like, it happens. But it's easy to feel like when you're single and still figuring things out and you don't have kids and you're staying in the same place, to feel like everyone around you is leaving.
Happy to listen, happy to stay, happily watching her drift away.
And it's really disheartening because I've really collected an amazing Columbus family here that feels like it's slowly kind of dissolving away. There still are a lot of important friends here for me, but it's sometimes hard to remember that when you have so many people who are leaving all at once. And I think a big part for me, and I relate to this character so much of Spinel, is because she just wants to be a good friend so bad. She wants to be a good friend. She wants to be of use to the person that she's being around, that she doesn't realize it's not a two-way friendship. It's a one-way friendship. And I find myself putting myself in that situation a lot because I'm the type of person who likes to have a small group of close friends, and I will do anything for those friends. I'm sometimes pretty bossy, but I'm always going to go out of my way to help those people with whatever they need. And that's kind of I feel like my contribution. Like, my parents always taught me that, you use what you know how to do in order to help the people around you. Like, if you're an expert in this and they don't know how to do that, you're going to go over there and help them. And I think that sometimes when you're so willing to do that, it's easy to be or feel like you've been taken advantage of after a while.
And still it takes you ages to see that no one's there, see that no one's there, see that no one's there. Everyone's gone on without you.
I've been in a situation where I felt like that recently, where certain friends who don't need me anymore to help them do things or accomplish things or I don't know, get stuff done, those kinds of people have kind of started to dissolve away in my life and it's easy to feel like that's because they don't need me anymore and I'm of no use to them anymore. So I relate to the Spinel character. I'm not saying that's actually what's happening, but it's easy to feel that way. And it was just so heartbreaking to see that she waited and she just kept investing and investing and investing, but she was also so hurt and broken inside because when those kinds of things happen to you over and over and over again, it's easy not to be able to forgive and not to be able to forget. And I just love that. I just love that character so much. I also want to talk about some of the other characters in the show because there was a lot of development. I mean, some of it's things that we've seen before, but the way the gems kind of got their memories wiped and they started back from square one, and Steven had to kind of remind them of who they are. I thought it was a beautiful way of doing this because, and he realizes in the end that he's the one that also has forgotten who he is. And
I changed. That's the final piece. All those struggles, I learned from them and I grew. Oh my gosh, it's not just my gem powers I've forgotten. All this happily ever after stuff has made me forget the first power I ever had. The power to change.
How he's gotten to where he is. And if you think about it, it's kind of like what happens to celebrities and things like that. Is like if things are going so good for so long, when the bad things happen, you forget how you overcame those struggles on your own previously. I mean, there's times where I'm having really hard weeks and I'm feeling really down about myself, and it's easy to just kind of surrender to that and feel self-pity or be mad at the people around you. But you have to remember, like, you've overcome a lot of shit in your life and you're here, you're still functioning, you're still trying, you're still fighting. And you need to remember that you're capable of doing it all over again. This is just going to be a bump in the road. And this one made me tear up a little bit because it's so relatable to Spinel and Steven in these moments. It's also amazing to see how far the gems have come. So I know this isn't really a review of the movie. I just kind of want to talk about how relatable this is. And if you maybe didn't see those kinds of elements in there, you can think about it differently and rewatch it because honestly, I would say that was one of my favorite movies I've seen. I was a little skeptical, like I said before. I was skeptical. I doubted Rebecca Sugar, but she rose to the occasion, and she's amazeballs. She's amazeballs. All right. Thanks so much for listening to this. If you want to hear more content where I talk about movies and my opinions and things like that, and relating them to this kind of content, and talking about like how they apply to my own life and my backstory and things that might help you, please comment below and subscribe, because I would love to create more content that you want to see and that I like doing. It's promotion time! Hey guys, it's Tommy, the Green Ranger here, and I have a special message for my friend Nick. Go to my channel and subscribe. Go to my channel and subscribe. Go to my channel. Watch more videos on my channels. Go!